Good morning, children. In the yesterday's video, we have discussed what is density. Density is mass per unit volume. Okay, and we have done that experiment also. If equal volumes were there, and if more masses are added, then still the substance remains denser. And if the smaller volumes are there, and if the same mass is added, then also the substance remains denser. Okay. Now here is an application of density from the equation of density. I have told you that density is inversely proportional to the volume, or volume is inversely proportional to the density, and it is directly proportional to that of the mass. Means what happens, children? When volume will increase, okay, density will decrease. Okay, and when mass will increase, density will increase, and when mass will decrease, density will also decrease. Okay, that's why it is said that it has a direct proportion and inverse proportion. Okay, so in the yesterday class only I have told you that density is directly proportional to mass, and density is inversely proportional to volume. Okay, so now this finds an application in ships. Okay, this density formula finds an application in ships. Okay, when you put an iron nail, here I have taken a bowl of water. What you find? When you put an iron nail in water, it sinks, but the ship floats on water. Okay, the ship floats on water, and the iron ship doesn't sink, but the so small in size, the nail will sink into the water. Okay, why this happens, children? That we will see. Okay, now we know iron is the denser than water. Okay, iron is denser than water. So the iron nail in water, so iron sinks in water. You can see iron sinks in water. Okay, as iron is denser than water, it sinks into water. Okay, then it sinks into water. But a ship also is made up of iron. A ship is also made up of iron. Okay, but it floats on water. Okay, the ship is made up of iron. Here I have made a paper boat. Though here it will also float on water also, but the ship, the big crews and all, they are made up of iron. And though it is made up of iron, as it is more denser than water, but it floats. Why does it float? Because it contains the hollow spaces inside it. Here I have drawn these hollow spaces inside that ship. Okay, the hollow spaces inside the ship. Okay, and hollow spaces inside the ship. There are hollow spaces inside the ship. Even you make a boat, there is a hollow space inside this boat also. You can see this space. Okay, this is a hollow space inside this ship or a boat. Okay, and here also it is designed like that only, that there are hollow spaces inside that boat. So what happens? This increases the average volume. Okay, so average volume will increase. Okay, average volume will be more than that of the volume of water. Okay, so what is this? Our average volume will be, average volume will contain here volume of air, in that spaces, plus volume of iron, and how the volume of this ship will be taken out? Its length, its breadth or width, and its height. Okay, length, breadth or width also you can say, and its height. Okay, and this is too long. The ships are too long. Okay, so their length is also more, and height is also more, and their width is also more. So their volume also will be more. So the average volume, that is the volume of the air and the volume of iron, is more. So what will happen here in the formula? As volume is more, so volume will be more. So what happens to the density? Density will decrease. Okay. So as volume is more, the density will be less, and that's why it becomes less denser than that of the water. Okay. Here also, if you put this boat in water, okay, if you put this water, see the boat is floating. Okay, see the boat is floating. If you see the boat, see the boat is floating. Okay, so this is the application. And what happens to the nail? Okay, now what happens to this nail? Okay, what happens? The volume is less, only the see the length. See the length above. If we tie this with a thread with a spring balance, we can calculate the mass and volume also. Volume also we can calculate the water displaced by it. Okay. So what happens to the nail? Here the volume is less with the nail and the density is more. And as the density is more, it will sink. Okay. It will sink in water and it will float over water. Okay, so this is the application of density. Okay, children. So when volume increases, density increases, and hence the ship floats. Okay, and when volume decreases, density will increase, and that's why the things sink into water. Okay, so in the next we will see the what is the SI unit, SI unit and CGS unit of density. Now we will see the SI unit and CGS unit of density. SI unit and CGS unit of density, standard international unit. First, SI unit of density. SI unit. Now, according to the formula of density, or according to the definition of the definition defines the formula of the density. What is density? Density is equal to mass per unit volume. Okay. Density is equal to mass per unit volume. So here we are deriving the SI unit of density. Okay. Now density, what is mass? What is the unit of SI unit of mass? SI unit of mass is kilogram. Okay. And what is the SI unit of volume? This we have discussed when we have learned to determine the volume of a substance. Okay. It is meter cube. Okay. So density of a substance is expressed in terms of SI unit as kg per meter cube, where kg is the SI unit of mass and meter cube is the SI unit of volume. It can also be written as kg according to the powers and roots. Okay, kg per meter raised to kg meter raised to minus 3. Okay, it can be written as kg meter raised to minus 3 also. Okay, then now CGS units of measurements. CGS unit. Now what is a CGS unit? With asterisks in your book on page number 18, it is given what is CGS unit. The CGS unit, it is that the system of units which is based on measuring length in centimeter, weight or mass in grams, and time in seconds. Okay, and that is called as the CGS unit of CGS system of measurement. Okay, now again we have what is density? D is equal to mass per unit volume. Okay, now CGS unit of mass is grams, and CGS unit of volume is centimeter cube. Okay, so gram per centimeter cube also, or gram upon centimeter cube also, or you can write this as gram centimeter raised to minus 3. So SI unit of density is kilogram per meter cube, and CGS unit of density is gram per centimeter cube. Now we will, after this video, we will see the conversion from kilogram per meter cube to gram per centimeter cube.